know what Sony had? The Holy Trinity. Leo, Brad, and Margot. Who do you have?
Top of the morning to you. Welcome to Boy Party. It is a very special episode of the After Party. It is the Irish Actor Draft. My name is Lucien and I'm joined, as always, by Shane Kelly.
Good evening.
And we are doing a very special bonus episode of the show that I thought would be fun to do, of drafting the best living Irish actors.
Yeah.
We have a special relationship, a special level of interest in Irish actors, partially due to the fact that for the last 4 years I have worked at the Irish Actor Warehouse, and Shane, by proxy, has been exposed to a huge amount of Irish film and television over the past few years. And we've come to have a lot of familiarity with not just the big stars that you would know, that everybody knows, but also with kind of a fun selection of Irish character actors and supporting actors and working actors. So this is our opportunity to celebrate them and put together a bit of a draft. And I'm going to explain very quickly how it works. There are 8 categories, and both Shane and I are going to pick 8 actors on this draft. We're going to pick one each from each category. You can go in the categories whatever order you want, but once somebody's taken off the board, they're off the board for good. There's 7 categories that have a sort of defined list, and then the 8th category is a wildcard pick where you can pick anyone you want. It can be somebody who wasn't chosen who was eligible in one of the other categories, or it can be an actor who isn't eligible in any of the other categories. Although, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much everyone you would want to pick is covered by one of the other 7 categories, but maybe there's some exceptions. Those categories, would you like to read out, Shane?
Oscar nominee.
Any Irish actor living that has been nominated at the Oscars.
Yep.
Or won.
IFTA Lifetime Achievement recipient.
So this is any actor that has been given a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Irish Film Television Academy.
IFTA Rising Star winner.
Any actor that's been given a Rising Star Award, winners only, by the Irish Film Television Academy.
An actor or actress who has appeared in 3 or more episodes of either Love, Hate, or The Clinic.
Absolutely. These are the 2 big Irish TV shows of the 2000s. Dozens and dozens of actors passed through these shows, but anyone who's been in 3 or more episodes of either show is eligible here.
Actors who have appeared in Intermission or The Guard.
Yeah, I think these are the 2 Irish films that we've covered on this show.
Yeah.
And they both feature big ensemble casts of great Irish talent. So
all the guys in there.
They're all out. Don Cheadle not eligible, unfortunately, for the Irish Actor Draft.
Now, I feel like this might skew slightly in one direction, but actors from Galway or Cork.
Yeah, these are the places where you and I are from originally.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be nice to represent Galway, Cork, and give them a slight little extra bonus push in this draft.
Northern Irish.
Yeah, obviously the north of Ireland. You know, one day
we don't like to distinguish.
Yeah, we'll all be back together. But I thought it was nice to give them their own category because it is a niche. And then the 8th category is the wildcard pick. Any other bit of the rules I need to explain before we start?
Now I'm scanning for names of the DDLs.
Yes. So as far as I'm concerned,
Fassbenders
you can
and
change
Steve Coogan.
You can change this if you'd like. As far as I'm concerned, Daniel Day-Lewis, Steve Coogan, Jared Harris, Kenneth Branagh, we shouldn't be including here, but you can if you want.
You have Fassbender on the list. I guess that's
Fassbender counts.
Sure.
Fassbender's proper Irish.
Yeah.
It's just those 4
Proper
guys
Irish.
I would consider to be, and the other Harris sons as well, I would consider them to be a little iffy on the Irishness scale.
Sure.
Anyone who has died, unfortunately, I'm not making eligible here because they're not really currently working, so it's kind of hard to quantify as much. So no Maureen O'Hara, no Peter O'Toole, and the recently departed Gary Lydon, also not eligible here.
Yes.
Rest in peace to him. All right, I think we will jump straight in. I'm going to let you go first because I made up the rules. So you get to go first. And you can pick any actor from any category you want to start building
and
your
once
team.
they're eliminated from one category,
I'm going to mark them red on here and no one else can pick them yet.
Okay. Now, what is the best way to approach this? It's you want nearly to choose the category that has a complete outlier of success, I'd imagine.
I don't know.
Maybe not necessarily.
I would say you want to find the best person in the weakest category first to maybe strike that category off the board.
Because then the other person is guaranteed to get a dud in that category.
Potentially.
There's no duds here. Sorry, there's no duds here.
Sure.
Of course not.
I get your logic.
But I think I will go for Clinic actress
Okay.
Saoirse Ronan.
Okay, yes, taking Saoirse Ronan in the clinic category is good fun.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Saoirse Ronan, you are off the board. Saoirse Ronan, obviously,
I regret that immediately.
maybe
But
our
sure.
greatest living actor.
Yeah.
She is a 4 or 5-time Oscar nominee now.
4, I think.
Brooklyn, Atonement, and the 2 Gerwig movies.
Yeah.
I love Saoirse Ronan.
I think kind of our number one Hollywood movie star.
I think so.
Maybe Killian is.
I think Killian right now is hotter than Saoirse Ronan, but that could be disrupted at any time if Saoirse Ronan chooses to start making big movies.
Yeah.
Like her choices in the last 4, 5, 6 years have been a little on the smaller scale.
Yeah.
We did talk about her in depth recently on our Little Women episode with Katie Brady, which I'd recommend to everybody.
But I think her presence is up there with like Letterboxd most logged films. Like she
100%.
registers
Absolutely.
up there.
Well, the 2 Gerwig movies she's in are both like modern, proper classics, and they are beloved. And there are thousands, tens of thousands of young people around the world who have posters for those movies up on their bedroom walls. Like she is an icon to young millennials and Gen Z film fans, and I think is in the mix with the Emma Stones and whatnot for being the best actress of her generation.
I think is pretty clearly the number one actress in terms of status on the list.
Yes, on this list, 100%.
So
she is
probably
absolutely.
an obvious number one overall pick.
So there you go. Saoirse Ronan as number one pick, I think, is a good choice. And now the Love, Hate in the Clinic is taken off the board. I am going to... Interesting. Now, who to go with next? I'm trying to pick my categories well. I'm going to go intermission or the guard actor Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
I think Colin Farrell is, to me, the best male star that we have. I think he is still a more exciting bit of casting in a movie to me than Fassbender or Killian are, even though the hit rate is probably a little bit lower, but the highs are so high. And like Colin Farrell has a level of charisma that is like up there with the all-time greats to me. I think he's incredible star presence when he's in Hollywood movies, British movies, Irish movies, doesn't matter what. I wish he would stop doing this like Penguin bullshit. I wish he would make slightly better choices with his films. But you know what? I mean, the choices he makes have been making sense. Like, the reason he ends up in A Big Bold Beautiful Journey is because he works with Kogonada on After Yang, and he had a good experience on that, which is one of his best performances. So it makes perfect sense he'd want to make another movie with him. What's the other thing he was in last year? I feel like he was in another film last year. Maybe
the Ballad of a Small Player.
Oh, the Ballad of a Small Player, which was so bad.
Yeah.
But again, if you told him, hey, Colin, you want to be in every single frame of this movie that's going to be really visually interesting, where you play like a poker guy.
Oh, on paper, absolutely not a
great,
not a disaster.
I hated that film, and it didn't do anything for his career, but like it wasn't a bad choice in theory. And now he's doing this Ralph Fiennes, Wagner Moura three-hander based on this beloved French play, which seems like a really interesting choice and probably a strong, solid Oscar nomination potential there. Got his first Oscar nomination for Banshees. I don't love that film, but it would have been really nice if he won. I think he just like is a guy who deserved an Oscar before the age of 50. He's put in the work there. He had a rough time in his 20s and he kind of swung back around. I think that's really admirable. And just seems like an absolute gentleman and lovely person. And I haven't really interacted with him at all. I was on the set of Ondine as a passerby in 2008, but I've never like met him through work or anything. But I've only ever heard lovely things about him. So Colin Farrell is my first choice there.
Wonderful.
All right.
So what category are you taking him in there?
Oh, intermission or the guard actor. Yeah. Which leaves Oscar nominees still on the board.
Yeah. Now, next up, in the category of Northern Irish, I'm taking Mr. Liam Neeson.
Okay. Liam Neeson, definitely legend status achieved there.
I think so.
He is proper fucking movie star in the sense that like a Liam Neeson vehicle is a very clearly defined thing to many people around the world of the I will find you and kill you variety.
Yes, I think he has demonstrated enough range and kind of quality and self self-awareness,
yeah.
compared to the likes of maybe a Statham or a
100%.
Stallone or the other typical
Yeah.
kind of one-note action
People
guys.
might argue that Statham did the Naked Gun equivalent when he was in Spy, but I really don't like that film, and I don't think he was a Golden Boy nominee last year.
Yeah, he was.
He's still killing it at this point in his career, doing new, fun, interesting, surprising stuff.
Yeah, and he appears in... Like, his cameos in funny stuff don't feel like...
Too sweaty.
Or him just being there as a gag to laugh at. He's part of the appearance. I thought his appearance in Atlanta was like
very funny.
A fantastic choice.
And it was a good
it's
PR comeback after that initial incident.
Yes, after the initial incident, which I
racially complicated,
which I compared to the drama.
Yes,
the plot
true.
of the drama
Yeah,
at one
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Which, but yeah, he's got a real talent. I think there's still a lot of juice left. in him.
he hasn't done like a super compelling dramatic performance in quite a while, though. I mean, like the guy was in Schindler's List and big weighty dramas in the 90s, and now if he's doing a weighty drama, it's probably something a little sentimental kind of nonsense.
He's not a mockery. He's not a Chuck Norris.
No, not
which
at all.
is good.
He maintains
he was
dignity,
probably for a while with his. And I thought he was a bit washed with his 13 cut jump over the fence and take
Yes,
three.
I know.
But
he needs.
No, he's got a bit of life.
He needs to do like Bill Nighy in About Time type dad performance. I think that's the one thing he's missing is like
I think there's appetite
nice
there
father.
to reward him. Like, I think people like him.
Oh, for sure. I think if he did something really impressive, you're right, there would be an appetite to reward him.
I don't know. Is his Bill Nighy father thing his appearance or his character in Love Actually?
But that's Bill Nighy in Love Actually. I don't know. I feel like Bill Nighy, you got to do one Richard Curtis where you're doing something serious. After that. Okay.
I'm trying to think of my other favorite Liam Neeson performances, but
Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Yes, of course.
Classic. Midichlorians. Look, he makes that shit work.
He does.
The negotiations were short. Okay. Liam Neeson, you've taken him in Northern Irish.
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, not I think so. I have.
My next choice, I'm going to be a little bit premature here. I'm going to go Alison Oliver from Galway or Cork. Everyone knows how much I love Alison Oliver. I think she's the best. And I also think she is currently the most quickly ascending star that we have.
Sure.
In the space of, it feels like 1 to 2 years, she has gone from being a kind of a, who's that again? To a front face centerpiece of the Dior campaign and like getting cast in things willy-nilly, like big projects. And
yeah, like Wuthering Heights is a project that requires kind of immense mainstream beauty to function.
Yes. So it feels as though everyone liking her so much in that, and most people, even those outside of Ireland, sort of agreeing that she's the best thing in it, is an affirmation of her both as a really like electric screen presence, but also of like, oh, this is a woman who could be part of like the mainstream fashion and cosmetics world as a face. Totally biased by my IRL interactions with her, which have been absolutely delightful. Such a nice person. Also has demonstrated huge amount of Palestinian solidarity. Seems to have like bonded a lot with Mark Ruffalo over that when they were making Task together, which she is remarkable in. If you haven't seen her in Task, there's a scene in that show where she's in a bar with her coworker telling him about her kind of life story, and it's really, really wonderful. And then she's like dancing to Gwen Stefani in another episode, and it's just, she's so good in that, and doing like a really accurate, specific Pennsylvanian accent. Great in 2 scenes in Christie, a character that doesn't necessarily go anywhere, but it's nice that she's there.
Yeah.
It's not an amazing performance, but it's nice that she's there.
Yeah.
And clearly,
maybe that's a testament to her that she kind of stands out a little bit.
I think so. And like she did that, with friends of hers from Cork and people that she's known for years, and it's really nice. And she gave that movie a bit of a boost, commercially speaking. And I think the upcoming project slate is so exciting. She's got Rich Pepiat's Bad Bridgets, which is this like feminist famine era movie she's doing from the director of Kneecap. And then she's doing Emily Mortimer's Dennis, with Yor Borisov, and she's in another movie with a few people, including Anna Hardwick, another man we'll mention in a minute, I'm sure. But just really quickly on the rise, nobody could deserve it more. I really have been rooting for her since I saw her in Conversations with Friends, which is a show that was basically only watchable because she was in it, and has a great Cork accent and Cork personality up Cork. So that's who I'm taking in. From Galway or Cork?
From Galway or Cork?
Your turn.
My turn. Now, what other categories do I have here? Your color coding is confusing me.
If it's orange, it means that one of us has taken from that category.
Sure. So I've taken Northern Irish and I've taken
Love, Hate, or The Clinic.
Love, Hate, or The Clinic. Right. Let's see where I want to go. I don't like taking the big guns all the time.
No, but someone's got to take them.
No, look, I actually don't have to. I was thinking Cillian Murphy here, but I don't have to pick him.
You don't have to. No one's going to force you.
Because you can't pick him. You have your Oscars done. You have your intermission pick. You can pick him for wildcard.
I could pick it for wildcard if I wanted to.
Good,
yeah.
But I had less time to prepare for this than Lucien did.
Yeah, but I also have no idea who I'm going to pick next, so
True.
I haven't really prepared. I just made a lot of lists.
Right. I am going to go with Intermission of the Guard, Brianna for Byrne.
Okay, good choice.
Just a very funny, dry presence in a lot of these things.
He's fantastic.
And
he's the epitome of like underrated stage actor that pops up in movies and you're like, oh, I can see why you would put this guy.
And
like,
seemingly just a very kind man. And his message about Gary Lydon after he died had me
really sad.
Quite sad.
Yeah. They're in an upcoming film together where they play brothers that seems to be like a two-hander, which I'm really looking forward to.
And his kind of testament to him after he died was... He was a guy he didn't actually know very well, which I think nearly made it more.
Yeah, it was
powerful.
It was very much a father, an Irish dad reacting to a coworker of his dying that he didn't know that well.
Yeah,
but had gotten to really like recently.
Yeah,
kind of thing. And he was like, we were meant to meet up for coffee. We had worked together, 25 years ago, but we never really.
Yeah, it's a funny kind of relationship to disappear on you because it's one that kind of exists most in your head as something that could have been.
Yeah,
which can be more devastating sometimes, but.
No, it was a lovely message. I recommend people read it on his Instagram. He's the best.
Love him as the bus driver in Intermission.
He's great in Intermission. You gave him a Golden Boy
for
win for Conclave.
Which he also won. He's the only good bit.
He won the IFTA for Conclave. Yeah. He came upstairs and he said, that's a bit silly now. Was nobody else here to get it? And I said, no, man, you don't understand. That's a really good supporting. He was like, I'm barely in it. I was like, no, you are really in it. That's like a really good supporting performance.
Yeah, we have a long-standing request that there's 3-tier of acting category that we might enact
and
potentially at some point.
Exactly.
But
he's the exact type of supporting character in that film who doesn't get any close-ups, but he's really supporting the story. He's supporting Ralph Fiennes, and he's really important to it. Yeah. But look, he's the man who originated the Philip Seymour Hoffman role in Doubt. Like he is a major presence on Broadway and is really, really respected in theatrical circles, and I think deserves to get more and more work in film and TV. And he's been in a few things recently like Twig and this show Prisoner on Sky that I'm not super mad about, but like he's definitely on people's radar as like a really, as you said, really good dry presence. So great choice. So that's Intermission or The Guard actor is now off the table completely. My turn.
Yes.
Okay. I am going to go with interesting. I'm gonna go IFTA Rising Star winner Michael Fassbender. Because I think Michael Fassbender in his current string of roles can be maybe easily underappreciated at this moment in time, but ultimately this is the man who was starred in Steve Jobs and the man who starred in Shame and the man who starred in Hunger, and I'd be lying if I said that those weren't 3 of the best leading man performances of the last 25 years. When he's good, he's like one of the best in the world, I think, and he's like an incredible grounding force for a movie to have. I think Steve McQueen and Danny Boyle have figured out how to utilize that the best. Other directors definitely not as much. The guy wasted a huge amount of his time in the 2010s in alternating X-Men and Alien movies.
Yes.
Although, granted, before friend of the show, Dave, texts me. He is very, very good in the Alien movies, and it was a good use of his time.
Two of them, isn't there? There's two.
Yeah, there's only
Fassbenders.
two, and he's really good in both.
No,
of
but I
them.
mean, there's two Fassbenders.
Oh, there's two Fassbenders in it.
Two
Top of it.
Fassbenders, yeah.
Exactly. And he's great. He's great in those films. So the X-Men movie is more of a waste of his time, and Assassin's Creed.
But again, if you look the last 2 years now, or not 2 years, but he's back with Fincher and with Soderbergh
and Kneecap.
Of course.
No, Black Bag, Killer, Kneecap is a really strong 3 movies to have in a 4-year window. I'm not as mad on the Agency. I think it's a waste of time.
Did you watch any more than the first 2 episodes?
No, but like it's a fucking Showtime show. Like the guy should be doing better stuff than that. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know what he's going to do next. He likes racing cars. He likes hanging out with his wife and kids. That's all fine. I'm not sure what he's like as a personality.
I wonder where he is on people on producers' lists now when they're trying to get a guy to lead a film.
Yeah, I mean,
like is he just completely off some people's board?
I think he's off some people's board. He never proved himself box office draw. There's no way. Like you would have to get. I would say now you'd have to go 13 rungs below Ryan Gosling before you'd hit Michael Fassbender. In 2015, he was 1 rung below Ryan Gosling, if not a rung above. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about it. Steve Jobs jumped from DiCaprio to Bale and then straight to Fassbender.
Yeah.
I don't think that they tried anyone else in between. Now, obviously, there's only a certain number of guys who could even remotely play that part.
It's weird DiCaprio was
like you couldn't cast, Ryan Gosling as Steve Jobs, but Fassbender definitely was riding really high and now not so much. But like, I think, again, as you're saying, he's used so well in Black Bag. People know what to do with him. Maybe his character, his personality, and his history are not helping him there. He obviously doesn't seem necessarily particularly chill. Like some of these guys we're talking about, he's not like Colin Farrell, I think, in terms of his personality. But he is incredibly talented.
Like him popping up in Kneecap is probably a sign of his more lighthearted side.
Yeah, and then he wants to work on Irish stuff.
Willingness to work on Irish stuff.
He's definitely open to doing interesting things. So, I'm very happy with that choice.
No, and as far as rising stars go, he did rise pretty much to the top of the industry. So
for sure. I mean, himself and Saoirse Ronan are the two real success stories.
So at what point did he
got
what
that
year did he get that?
He got that the Hunger year.
Which was 2008. That was Inglourious Basterds years old?
Right before that. Yeah. Him and Hunger is like the incredible breakout of like, whoa, fuck, where did this guy come from?
Yeah.
Where he came from was that Guinness commercial.
Oh, the Guinness ad. Yeah, I was just thinking.
But, I mean, Hunger is an amazing film.
They all come from ads.
Right. Fassbender's off the board.
Fassbender's off the board.
You next. We've got 3 each now.
No.
5 to go.
Okay. I kind of got to snag my man here before someone else does.
Snag your man. DW.
DW.
All right.
Have I a category for him?
You can put him in.
Am I wildcarding him?
You can put him in wildcard. I think that's the only place you have for him right now.
Yeah, I took my intermission. I took Love Hate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're wildcarding.
No. You did you take your clinic?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
I took Saoirse in that for some
so you're taking,
bizarre reason. I didn't. Wasn't a great tactic, but
you were taking David Wilmot in wildcard.
I am. Yeah. Yeah,
maybe our mutual favorite Irish actor.
I think so, and I am delighted that he is now popping up in more mainstream stuff. Stuff that kind of maintains that drives a certain standard out of him as well.
Yeah. When I was watching Station 11 in 2021, 22, I was like, "Who's this guy? I don't know who this guy is."
Yeah,
because I didn't realize that the man with the beard in Station 11 was the man with the teeth in Intermission.
Yes.
And that I had enjoyed multiple performances of his 20 years ago when he was clean shaven.
In The Guard.
He has a massive mouth and crazy teeth and now has found this new look where none of that is visible.
No.
And it seems to be really helping his career and getting him more interesting work. And
like it's a complete change in prospects.
Yeah.
For him.
He's playing. He's been cast
bizarre.
completely different types of people.
Yeah, he was a Weasley little man when he was younger,
and now he's like this, kind of incredibly warm paternal figure.
Yeah.
With this
he plays the editor of an investigative newspaper in industry recently.
And
that's good casting.
Fantastic, and just felt like a real journalist of great integrity.
Yeah.
Obviously, in Station 11, he plays this gay theater actor
/ CEO guru
who ends up getting accidentally made the mayor of an airport society during a pandemic that lasts for 30 years.
Yeah, it turns out if you want to take over a wasted society, knowing a bit of Shakespeare actually convinces a lot of people to take you seriously.
Yes. And now he's currently in cinemas as maybe the best thing I'm hearing in Hokum.
Yeah. Hokum is a very solid output and a welcome improvement on Bodkin, I'd say.
Yeah. Yes, he was in Bodkin.
Whereas
as well.
Bodkin is made for Americans to laugh at Irish people.
Yeah.
But Hokum is made for
Irish people to laugh at Americans.
A little bit of Irish people to laugh at Americans, but everyone to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like Americans like it, Irish people like it.
He's in fucking everything. Like he's in every TV show now.
And Oscar nominated Hamlet.
He's in Hamnet.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad we managed to orchestrate a moment at the IFTAs this year where Hamnet wins Best International Film.
Yeah.
And we got him up on stage with Jessie Buckley because I think a lot of people in that room forgot that he was in it. Like they might have seen him pop up in it and been like, oh, that's David Wilmot. And then like he's gone after 3 scenes and they probably forgot months later that they'd seen him. And then you get him up on stage at the IFTAs. He's there with Jessie, Louisa Harland, and Bodie Ray Brannock. And you're like, that's a great roster of Irish talent for a Best Picture nominated film to have.
I think he's got a distinct enough look now, and I think he's got enough presence that when he pops up as like the 12th guy in a season of industry, people will remember him when they see him again.
I think so.
Yeah. He doesn't just drift into the background as
which
a supporting
Brian F.
actor.
has the exact same quality.
I think so, yeah.
But I think he also kind of is very well cast as Paul Mescal's father. I think that's actually a whole niche he could maybe capitalize on.
Yeah,
you could cast him as Paul Mescal's father in a lot of stuff. I think that he, because he's so much more interesting, but he's got a bit of Paul Mescal's features behind that beard, and kind of did look like Paul Mescal when he was younger with different teeth. And I think he could play Anna Hardwick's father and Paul Mescal's father in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
So Wilmot's off the board.
Worked with Anna Hardwick?
Has he worked with him?
Yeah.
Not in any
They
major
do.
things.
That would be a fun pair. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you've snatched both of our favorite character actors now.
Yeah.
So I should have probably gotten ahead of you on one of them, but
There's one more there that I wish I could have taken, but I don't think I can now. I think I'm completely ruled out.
So you've picked 4 now, and I've picked 3.
I didn't do my ordering.
I still have my love-hate clinic up for grabs. So I think I'm going to go to that now, and I think I'm going to go Aidan Gillen.
Yeah, that's who I was afraid I was missing out on.
I can't say Aidan Gillen is quite as much of a draw to me as Wilmot or Brian F., but Aidan Gillen has the highest highs imaginable.
Yes.
Those highs, to name just 2, being the Bane sequence in The Dark Knight Rises and his entire performance in Trad. Which is extraordinary work by a great talent. Harkey is his character's name.
Harkey,
The man with the big sunglasses and the white fluffy hat. You see him on the poster. Trad in cinemas now.
Toes the line of
silly and serious.
borderline noncery. Like,
borderline noncery, yeah. He's basically a
but it never gets
children,
sinister somehow.
No. He's so charming and so funny. And he's just got this like Dublin chancer energy that works so well and stuff. And then in Dark Knight Rises, obviously he's the guy in the opening sequence on the plane with Bane. I've never watched The Wire to the point that he shows up. I've never seen him in The Wire, and I feel like if I see him in The Wire, I'm probably going to have an even greater appreciation for him, because that seems like a role I'm going to really.
He also of course has the wonderful line delivery of your dirt bird and red cow. What's the line?
You'll be 20 years from now, you'll be marrying some dirt bird down at the Red Cow Roundabout.
The Red Cow Roundabout.
Yeah. And then he's also, we also really
chips for your tea. Or
thoroughly enjoyed his work in the 2023 detective movie Barber, where he played Val Barber, Private Eye, who has an office on Dame Street, basically where my office is, and is like going for meetings out in Sandyford. I think we really like his apartment in Love Hate in Drumcondra.
I've never been to that. You walked down to it one day.
He also plays Johnny Kin on Kin. I mean, he's unfortunately fallen into a little bit of a, like, he gets kind of typecast as like Dublin gangster man in a way that I don't find interesting at all. But he's also in the Taylor Sheridan world. He's in Mayor of Kingstown, and he was in that movie that Taylor Sheridan directed with Angelina Jolie about the wildfires, where him and Nicholas Hoult play a sort of like dastardly duo of hitmen who are sent after her. And like, that's actually a really fun bit of casting. Him and Nicholas Hoult as like a pair of hitmen.
I think he has a little bit of a quality to him that, okay, this is not a direct comparison or equation, but you see, I've said this before, maybe about Adam Driver and Al Pacino, where their outbursts come when you don't expect it. He has the kind of at his highs.
Yeah.
He will drop in something that's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Out of nowhere. Which I guess Dirt Bird is kind of in there like that. It's like I can imagine him saying she's got a great ass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no, he's great. And like he did try to, like, I think basically for free to get it made, and he just fucking hangs around Dublin and is just like seems like
Maple Street one day.
Yeah, he seems like a nice character, just like likes music and film and theater, and yeah, I like him a lot. All right, we're halfway through.
Pick.
We need to speed this up a bit.
Do we? I thought we were flying through this way too quickly.
Four and four. So
okay, I still don't love your
love hate and the clinic actors are off the board.
Yeah.
Intermission and the guard actors are off the board.
Grand.
We have got
I need an Oscar nominee.
Yeah. We both need an Oscar nominee.
Okay.
No one has picked an Oscar nominee, and I have picked an IFTA Lifetime Achievement recipient.
Put that in
Liam
orange.
Neeson, right? So that goes in orange. Okay.
I need a Galway Cork.
I need a Northern Irish.
Okay, so it's 3 more each.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Is it 3 more each? Oh yeah, and plus a wild card. So it's 4 more each. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Oh, I need a Rising Star as well. Okay. Where will I go with this?
I think we're maybe skewing very male. I'm just gonna flag that.
Yeah, I got Saoirse Ronan in there.
Yeah, I know, and I've got Alison, but we also have then 3 men each.
I haven't done the stats on the sheet here.
Fine,
but,
fine. I'll make up for it later.
Let's see.
Leave it with me.
The wild card. Oh, I know what you're going with your wild card.
I don't think you do.
I think I do.
I might surprise
All right,
you.
okay. Ciarán Hinds, IFTA Lifetime Achievement recipient.
Very good. Well deserved. I mean, again,
I think
that's a
so.
great choice. I wish I got that. Ciarán Hinds is just like the #1 movie star of 2026 in my heart.
A little bit. He's on an Anne Hathaway run this year. Like, just
It's insane. I spent the first month of the year watching Ciarán Hinds movies at work all day, every day, cutting out clips of them to build the perfect 8-minute montage that you can watch on YouTube now.
Yeah.
I then met the man, and he was, well, I'd met him before, but he was so lovely.
Yeah.
And came over to us.
I
at the hotel
had
to
a brief
breakfast.
interaction with him, having to tell him where to go.
He's
I think
delightful.
I held his champagne flute.
There you go. He held his flute. He's such a lovely man.
I think he was very drunk, but he was in great form.
Yeah, he's got a lovely family,
Yeah.
lovely wife, lovely daughter, who are both actresses as well.
Yeah.
Great stuff on The Dry recently, where he and his real life wife Hélène are playing like a couple, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
Juice box scene is this thing on? One of
yes.
the best scenes of the year.
Fantastic.
Almost
Almost had a real life
equivalent to that.
witness.
Yeah. What else has he got coming up? Midwinter Break.
Yeah.
Not amazing, but fine.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah. I
Did
watched
you go
it
see it in cinema?
No, I watched it on the plane.
Oh, you watched it in plane.
Very
of course.
plain movie.
Yeah.
He's fine in it. And then you've got the Narnia movie. Mm-hmm. He's in the fucking Chris O'Dowd, Jane Fonda, Belfast.
Sorry, is
Good Friday movie.
Neeson's in the original Narnia series, isn't he?
He voices Aslan.
Yeah.
And now Meryl Streep's going to be voicing Aslan.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a great choice.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Meryl Streep is Jesus Christ.
Yep.
But yeah, Hines is just like getting so much work. Oh, he's going to be in the new Tom Ford thing
Oh,
with all the sexy
opera
boys.
with Adele.
The opera Adele
Sick.
Sexy Boys movie. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's a man I have definitely grown to appreciate his swag in the last year.
So much swag.
In Veronica Guerin, he looks sick.
Oh, he's so attractive in that.
so cool.
He was so attractive when he's younger, and he's still attractive in this just like big square way.
Oh,
Just, like,
yeah.
he's just
Like
a big
full
sexy cube
head
of a man.
hair
Like
as
yeah.
well.
Oh, he's great, and he's got this great face. He's got incredible. Like I remember 10 years ago, he was popping up in Justice League as like a mocap fucking character, Steppenwolf, and I was like,
Jesus, Steppenwolf,
I was like,
yeah.
I kind of know who this guy is, but like he's not someone who's really on my radar.
I know.
And now I'm like, how dare Zack Snyder cast Ciarán Hinds in a film and not put his face on
Yeah,
screen?
that is the third lead of There Will Be Blood.
Yeah,
Leave
like
him
the
alone.
man has an incredible mouth and jaw. Why are
Yeah.
you not and chin? Why are you not using the lower half of his face?
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Ciarán Hinds.
We
Might
do.
honestly like there is a world where I would consider starting a Ciarán Hinds podcast after Boy Party ends because the filmography is incredible.
The Ciarán Hinds,
I mean,
David Wilmot.
Yes.
No.
because you could just go through and you could just do episodes on Munich, There Will Be Blood, Race
Yeah.
to Witch Mountain, all these Irish films. You'd be like hitting
And
bangers all the time.
his look in The Dry is very funny. The way he's just like wearing khaki shorts everywhere.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like,
because he's just playing like
there's a toddler
unkempt
quality
Yeah,
to
oh
him.
yes, there is giant unkempt divorced man. Like, oh, he's great. All right, my turn. My turn.
Yeah.
So I am going to go. I'm going to go Northern Irish Stephen Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's the other legend that needs to be recognized along with Neeson and Ciarán Hinds. He's so great. He's got so much personality when he's young. He's got great kind of gravitas now. I mean, a lot of what we just said about Ciarán Hinds applies to Stephen Ray, but Stephen Ray has a bit more of a kind of interesting mischief to him, and like has played a lot of IRA men and a lot of kind of radical Republicans over the years, and he has a bit of that spirit to him. Obviously, really interesting family connections in terms of his late wife and the character that she was, and she's obviously been depicted in the show Say Nothing, played by Hazel Dupe in that show, but she was really interesting, and he's such a compelling guy, and amazing work he did with Neil Jordan all through the 90s. He's great in The Crying Game, which he, of course, was Oscar nominated for. And now he's sort of doing a lot of Beckett on stage, and I've only had very nice interactions with him. He's very, very, he feels like a kind of an interesting kind of poet character in a way that Ciarán Hinds is very kind of present, has a lot of like physical
not oafishness, but like
but he takes up a lot of space in a room in a good way. Stephen Ray kind of doesn't. He kind of hides in the corners, like, and I really like that about him. And I don't know how many kind of film roles he has left in his career, but happy to see anything else he does. And like, I always love looking back at a film from 25-30 years ago and finding out Stephen Ray is like the 12th lead. And I'm like, there's gonna be 2 great scenes in this.
Nice.
And huge respect for him. So he is definitely going on the list. And he endorsed Catherine Connolly for president. And there's only, I think, one other actor on this entire list, maybe 2 that I could say that about. So
they were all very silent.
So Northern Irish is now off the board. All right. We have both an Oscar nominee to pick. And
I have a Rising Star
to pick. And you have a Galway Cork. And then we both have wild cards. Cork. Okay.
Where will I go?
Just going to flag that about the skewing male once again, even though I just picked another man.
Sorry, did you not pick Colin Farrell as Oscar nominee?
No, I picked Colin Farrell as Intermission.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Well then, let me go. Kerry Condon for Oscar nominee.
All right.
Yeah.
Good choice. Excellent.
Yeah.
I think now we're just like buzzing every time her name pops up in some sort of announcement.
I think so, yeah. And they're letting her be Irish, which
they're letting her be Irish, and she's so Irish.
I know that's usually a bad thing.
I think it's a bad thing when it's Paul Mescal, and a good thing when it's Kerry Condon.
Yeah, despite her being more extreme in that direction.
But I think Kerry Condon isn't half as interesting on screen when she's not Irish.
Yeah.
She never really popped in Better Call Saul for me. I watched that whole show. She's in, I feel like, every season. She plays Mike's daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of like the single mom who needs his help.
Because you have a complete opposite reaction to Saoirse Ronan.
Where I think exactly. I think she's so good
dynamic
as American and not when she's Irish. Yeah, exactly, I do. But I think Kerry Condon is like a type of rural Irish woman that I find really entertaining.
Yeah.
She has such a kind of a wildness to her as this like Tipperary personality that I'm like, why would you ever want to dilute that? That is such a special quality.
Yeah.
Saoirse Ronan is a bit more of like Irish woman that just exists in Dublin that you see all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like Kerry Condon, throwing that like fucking Tipperary
into F1
into
was a bit
F1
nuts.
is like supercharges the movie.
The Lockheed engineer.
Yeah,
like,
she's the only good thing in that very bad film, in my opinion.
But it's good they don't make an issue out of it.
No, they're not like, what an unusual accent you have. She's like, no, I'm just here. I work here. What do you want me to say? She's got Pressure coming out this year.
Yeah.
Can't remember if she's Irish or English in that.
She was in Train Dreams.
She was in Train Dreams, which she is fine in. She's in 2.5 scenes. She, of course, popped up in like a Star Wars TV show that I never watched about 2 years ago. That was like her one big like...
Was she doing a Star Wars accent or an Irish accent?
I think she was doing a Star Wars accent.
Yeah, the Irish don't exist in space.
Yeah. She's also been in multiple Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Avengers movies as the voice of an AI. She's Friday, the robot assistant who lives in Iron Man's helmet.
Don't worry about it.
Easy money for her.
Yeah.
Again,
not the easiest money.
She does her own voice. So that's a Hollywood studio embracing the tip accent, which we really like.
Yeah. Up tip.
She's great fun, Kerry Condon, and she owns loads of horses.
She does.
So
and
Kerry
loves
Condon.
them dearly.
She loves them dearly. So Kerry Condon. So Oscar nominee. We've got one off the board there. Great. All right, my turn again. I am going to. I'm gonna guess I should get my Oscar nominee over with. We're running out of options on the Oscar
Well, you don't
nominee.
have to pick your Oscar nominee. You have the pick of the bunch because I can't go back.
You can't go back. Yeah, we've used up a lot of the Oscar nominees though.
Yeah.
Kieran, Colin, Neeson, Fassbender, Ronan, Ray are all gone. And I'm not particularly, and Condon, I'm not really enthused about any of the Oscar nominees who are left, but I have to pick one.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for me to pick the best of the bunch while I can.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be really boring, and I'm going to pick Cillian Murphy, an Oscar nominee or winner. Mm-hmm. He is, of course,
No,
a
I
winner.
would have taken him in the Cork category. I think if you hadn't picked him now.
Okay, but I think I'm leaving you with some good choices in the Cork category.
Yeah,
well, at least one good choice. In
That's
the
it.
Cork
I
category.
thought I had more. I had more options in the Cork category. than,
I'd be lying if I said I was massively enthused by Barry Keoghan, Brenda Fricker, Brendan Gleeson, Jesse Buckley, Paul Mescal, or Ruth Nega.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one of those that I am documented as actually liking very much is Brendan Gleeson. Mm-hmm. I would say the other four there are among five or among the Irish actors I am least enthusiastic about.
Sure.
Cillian Murphy obviously is kind of a no-brainer choice here, but I'm glad it's taken us 40 minutes to get to him. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, like, I do love Cillian Murphy. He is a great actor. He is well deserving of his Oscar. Mm-hmm. I have maybe a slight bit of fatigue at this point of him being our number one cultural output of the last couple of years, but I mean he's certainly he's much more deserving of his success than some people. He is making cool stuff now. I mean, he's done his two fairly uninteresting movies back to back for
Steve and
Small Things.
Yeah.
But now he's
Oh, sorry, the Giselle thing is coming up.
Peaky Blinders was fine. The movie was that was him just rounding out his little project.
Yeah.
The Giselle movie with Daniel Craig and Michelle Williams, that's going to be really, really cool. And I think that's great. Look, I'm going to go work with a director who's maybe a little bit in director jail, but has an Oscar, and I have an Oscar, and together we can get a big budget.
Has produced 2.5 of the
Yeah.
best films the last 10 years.
So it's a great choice. And I think it's like... like the stuff of dreams a decade ago, if you said Cillian Murphy's gonna be the lead of a Damien Chazelle movie, like fucking yes, that's class. So yeah, I mean, look, I've always liked Cillian Murphy, and I think you and I had him on our, or you had him on the 21st Century Golden Boys, a nominee for Breakfast on Pluto.
Yes,
and that was well deserved. I think
a performance that I was reminded of yesterday in A Matter of Life and Death by the Frenchmen. I thought they were kind of similar.
Yeah, the French dandy in that.
French dandy,
a bit of that. All right, so Cillian Murphy off the board. Oscar nominee category done.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're done that category. Okay, so every category's now had somebody picked. So now you have a Rising Star, you have a Galway or Cork.
Yeah, you have a wild card.
I have a wild card. You have a wild card. We both have a wild card.
Oh, I picked Wilmot, my wild card.
Oh, you picked Wilmot in your wild card. Oh, apologies. Yeah. That makes sense. That explains that. Okay, great. So, you're going next.
Well, I go. Now, I have a lot of time for Chris Wally, given a very nice personal interaction I had with the man.
He's a great guy.
He is a great guy.
What a gentleman.
He was very kind and asked me my name.
He's so lovely.
But I do have to snag Anna Hardwick here, I believe, from Cork.
That's correct.
Just as this is an investment pick as well as a current enthusiasm pick.
Yeah, Alison Oliver and Anna Hardwick are both really strong investment.
Sorry, they're playing. They're in something together, aren't they? Coming up.
They are. I can't remember what it's called, but they're in something together.
Yeah. Yeah, cool guy. I was very, very impressed by what he produced in Saipan. Mm-hmm. It's very strange when you're kind of doing a performance of someone who is kind of a caricature already.
Absolutely. Roy Keane is a cartoon man.
And he kind of reversed engineered the cartoon of Roy Keane back into a real person.
I know.
Which is pretty impressive.
It's really impressive.
Like the final confrontation scene in the conference room or in the events room of the hotel, you're just on the edge of your seat.
I know. So, it's interesting because I think Chris Wally probably would have been the next choice to play Roy Keane if Anna Hardwick wasn't around.
I think so.
I think if you're going down the
I
list
don't think he has the physical.
I just think there's
not the physicality
but
there.
if you're going through young Cork actors,
yeah,
you don't have many other choices. Like so,
Anna has the sternness in the face.
He does, yeah. But no, Anna's got an amazing face.
Yeah.
And he's doing bits and pieces. He's got this Channing Tatum Isle of Man motor racing thing.
Yeah, which good. Again, I'm hoping these are stepping stones to him potentially getting leading roles in British and American films. He was in An Ordinary Heist, which we haven't gotten around to yet.
Yeah, he was in that. But he got a lot of attention for that BBC show, The Sixth Commandment, with Timothy Spall, where he was playing like a kind of a gay serial killer priest, which was like a really complicated
bit of a
part.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, and that was a
job.
scary part, and he was very good in it, and he's obviously really good in Lakelands and in Normal People. I think he outshines Paul Mescal in those scenes. So, big fan. So that's your Cork and Galway.
That's my Cork man.
That category is now done. So, IFTA Rising Star winner.
I need to pick one of those. You have one.
Oh yeah, so I'm going with my wild. I have to do my wild card, I guess, if we're back and forth.
You have.
I have just got a wild card left.
Surely not.
No?
I went first.
Okay, then we're confused. Which one have I not picked? So I thought I had picked someone in the IFTA Lifetime recipient category, but I hadn't. So my choices are Brendan O'Carroll, Brian Murray, Colomini, Fionnuala Flanagan, Gabriel Byrne, and Pierce Brosnan. Interesting. There's sort of three strong contenders there. Like
these aren't all the four quadrant actors. They've all got two probably positives and two you're missing out on.
Look, I'm ruling out Brendan O'Carroll, Brian Murray, and Fionnuala Flanagan.
You're ruling her out?
I'm ruling out Colomini. It's between
Pierce.
Gabriel and Pierce.
Really? Okay.
I'm going to go with Pierce Brosnan. I think Pierce Brosnan ultimately is one of our most successful commercial stars and has given some performances I really enjoy, even if they're a little on the sillier side. Mm-hmm. But he's got a lot going for him, and he's still showing up in big movies decades after he stopped being James Bond. And I think that counts for a lot. And
I mean, he's probably just as well known for Mamma Mia now as
he is. And I love him in the Mamma Mia films. And he's great fun. I don't have any special feelings towards Gabriel Byrne, although I admire him.
Yeah.
He has been the lead of a Coen Brothers movie, but it is a Coen Brothers movie that I don't very much care for. So I think got to go with my heart here.
No, Pierce isn't
Brosnan.
the number one guy for doing Irish films.
He's not.
Which is probably he
But-
lacks the kind of the
Local,
homely
parochial thing, yeah.
local presence that
But you must keep in mind
we
that
wait.
he did effectively play Jerry Adams in the movie The Foreigner that we covered on this show. So
did.
that's a film set in Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've taken Pierce Brosnan in Lifetime Achievement recipient.
Yeah.
And now I just have my wild card left. All right, back to you.
Back to me.
Pick one of the IFTA Rising Stars.
No, I thought Aina had a Bird Award. Who beat him that year?
Aina was beaten by Aoife McArdle.
Oh, Aoife McArdle.
See, it's not always an actor.
Yeah.
All right, so we read out the other winners of the Bird Award.
Yeah.
So, Aisling Franciosi, Anthony Boyle, Donald Gleeson, Jacob McCarthy, Jamie Dornan, Louisa Harland, Nicola Coughlan, Patrick Gibson, Sarah Green, and Siobhan Cullen.
No one here I have insanely strong.
There's obviously
Feelings
there's three names on there that are like actual international stars.
Nicola, Anthony, and
Donal.
Jamie.
Oh, I was going to say Jamie, Nicola, Donal.
Oh, sorry, Donal. I missed Donal Gleeson there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jamie Dornan and Donald Gleeson, guys I like, but I'd never be excited knowing they're in something.
Yeah, me
So,
neither. I know.
now, they probably have a higher hit rate of being good in something than maybe some of the others.
I just haven't really seen Nicola in anything.
Siobhan Cullen probably just doesn't have the film chops.
She hasn't got a lot of film credits yet.
No.
But she's great on TV.
Nicola Coughlan, no strong feelings towards her, but I think if I was going to take her, I'd have taken her under the Galway category just to get that across.
Sure. Yeah, that's a tough list to choose from now.
It's a tough list. And yeah, that makes it sound bad. Sarah Green, of course, great in Trad.
Great in Trad.
Great in The Guard.
As the mother from Cork.
Yeah. I hope that's the same character from The Guard.
Yeah, I think it is.
Who are we going with?
Although I think the girl in Trad would have been born by the time she's in The Guard, so she's already had her child.
Woman's got to work.
Yeah, a woman's got to work.
Woman's got to work. Okay. Donald Gleeson.
Yeah.
I think for the category,
Fair enough.
it's pretty fun that he got it. Maybe it is weird that he got it, considering he was kind of a name
But he's in,
Given-
being a Nepo child doesn't stop you having your breakout moment, I suppose.
I know it
You've
doesn't,
still got to
but
have a breakout moment. Look,
you do.
Donald Gleeson ultimately has got a fucking BAFTA nomination.
Yeah.
He's got a Golden Globe nomination.
Yes.
3 years ago. And he's in stuff like, Star Wars, Harry Potter, but also About Time, the lead of a
Beloved Richard
Curtis film that people
yeah.
adore.
Yeah.
He's been in biopics. He's been in all sorts of bits.
Yeah.
The Revenant, Brooklyn, Ex Machina, Frank, Anna Karenina, Dread, True Grit. He's worked with the Coen brothers too.
Really fun stuff there.
Yeah, Inarritu, Coen brothers, that's a good career. That's a
Yeah.
healthy career. He's certainly, no one else on that list can say they've worked with the Coen brothers and Inarritu. So,
Nope.
Donald Gleeson is your pick in
He is indeed.
Rising Star. Okay, and then the only choice left is my wild card. So, I think now is a good time to ring out some of the names on here that we haven't. Some honorable mentions.
No, there's a couple of names missing from the list here as well.
Their names missing from the list. Okay, so Andrew Scott.
Not on the list.
No, he's not on the list. No one's picked Andrew Scott.
Yeah.
I
knew there was.
I don't know if Andrew Scott's going to be my wild card. He's in the mix. Some other people we haven't mentioned: Brian Gleeson, Peter Coonan, Robert Sheehan, Ruth Negga, Ruth Bradley, Tom Von Lawler, Aidan Turner, Amy Huberman, Carrie Crowley, Jason O'Mara.
What's Carrie Crowley appearing?
Carrie Crowley is in The Clinic. Yeah.
Chris O'Dowd, yeah.
Catherine Walker, Chris O'Dowd, Jason O'Mara, Kathy Belton, Deirdre O'Kane, Liam Carney. Definitely Liam Carney is close to, for me, being in that gang of Wilmot, Brian F. O'Byrne.
Okay.
Really excited when he shows up and stuff. But he has been on Fair City a lot recently, not making as many films. Liam Cunningham, definitely in the mix for wildcard. Lorcan Cranich, Niall Tobin. Niall Tobin's not actually live. Nilly Conroy, Ruth McCabe, Tina Kelleher, Victoria Smurfit, Simon Delaney is in the mix.
Oh,
Owen Rowe, definitely a character I'm most happy to see. Jer Ryan, Conleth Hill, Alex Murphy, Colin Morgan, Adrian Dunbar, Don Wycherley, Donal O'Haley, Shanti O'Malley, Eileen Walsh, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, Peter Claffey, Nora Jane Noon, Jimmy Nesbitt, the three boys from Kneecap,
Oh yeah.
Catherine Devlin, Martin McCann, Lala Roddy, Lola Pettigrew.
Hazel Duke from the north.
No, she's from South.
Oh.
Seamus O'Hara. All right, lots of choices there for my wildcard pick. Who do you think I was going to pick for my wildcard earlier?
Megan from Trad.
Megan from Trad.
Yeah.
That didn't even occur to me. That's a very good
I
idea.
thought you were keeping that one in the back pocket.
No, that's a really good idea. I'm not going to pick Megan from Trad.
she's
It's
kind
one
of
role.
I know, but she's seemingly shying off doing any acting in the future. So is that disqualifying?
Dervla Malloy from Four Mothers. We didn't mention her as
Dervla
well.
Malloy,
Another
yeah.
favorite of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, Megan is shying away from any acting futures. That would be a bad investment, I think. Who should I pick? Should I pick someone who's been nice to me? Should I pick someone who'd be funny to pick, or should I pick someone?
Oh, I thought you might have had one in the back pocket
No.
the entire time, and you were
I
holding off.
wasn't. I haven't really done any prep for this. I didn't want it. I thought that'd be
Are
unfair.
there any other big names not on the list?
No, I think we've covered them all. There's probably one person I'm forgetting, but like, I'm at peace with that.
Sure.
Brendan Gleeson's a lazy one to go with for wildcard.
Yeah.
I've had a few chances to pick him already, so if I wanted him, I'd have picked him. Interesting.
Give me something.
I don't know. This is tough. I'm gonna base
Any
this-
children?
I'm not mad at any of the Irish children.
Not little boy from the guy. Well, he's a man now. I
He's
suppose.
a man now. Lovely guy.
Lovely guy.
Micheál Óg.
Óg.
I'm gonna pick someone based on a combination of always happy when he's getting work, great guy,
Yeah.
upstanding citizen, puts in the time, proper committed activist, but also a very talented actor and a lovely man. Liam Cunningham is my wildcard choice.
Of course.
It'd be a shame not to.
Yeah.
I love Liam Cunningham. He's a great guy. He is probably the number one loudest pro-Palestinian celebrity in this country, and he's a legend for it. And I don't think he's in enough films anymore. He spends a lot of time on stuff like Three Body Problem. He was obviously on Game of Thrones for a lot of years. But Jesus, like, I'm always so happy when he's in a film. And I think people using Liam Cunningham well is an incredible superpower to have in a movie like the Alfonso Cuarón film, A Little Princess. He's so incredible in that. Has a great kind of old-fashioned movie star thing going on that doesn't get deployed all the time, but is very, very useful. So, all right, recapping our picks. We have 8 picks each. My choices are Colin Farrell, Alison Oliver, Michael Fassbender, Aidan Gillen, Stephen Ray, Cillian Murphy, Liam Cunningham, and Pierce Brosnan. 1 woman and 7 men.
Oof.
I would like to apologize for that. That was not deliberate, and I feel really bad about it. For your 8, Saoirse Ronan, Liam Neeson, Brian F. O'Byrne, David Wilmot, Ciarán Hinds, Kerry Condon, Aina Hardwick, and Donald Gleeson. 6 men, 2 women. All right. We'll put a poll up on Instagram, letting people pick whose team they think is better. Thank you for tuning in to the Irish Actor Draft. Please let us know who you would draft in your Irish Actor Draft. And if any of the actors we referenced on this episode today are listening, well, we hope we said nice things about you. I think we said nice things.
I think I accidentally called Ciarán Hinds no. If I retract that.
I think the only person we were kind of rude about was Paul Mescal.
He'll survive.
He's got... That's what the money is for.
That's what the money is.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're back for regular episodes of Boy Party every Tuesday, boypartypod.com. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.